We handed over our phone, wallets, passports, last will to live, all of it to a man we just met. It was when he left that it dawned on us that wait, what did we just do? I made so many mistakes on this trip, and it's funny now, but I was fuming when it happened on the trip. I can't believe no one warned me about this stuff. No one said, oh, you're going to Albania, expect that, look out for that. No warning whatsoever. In this video, I will share the stories, break down all my mistakes so you can avoid them on your trip, give you the cost of the trip so you can budget for it, and also give you some tips to make your trip easier. I have also left you an itinerary in the description box that you can use if or when you are going to Albania. If you're new here, hi, my name is Yvonne, and on this channel, I share my personal experiences, career, and personal finance tips to make your life as an immigrant a bit easier. So I'll highly recommend that you subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me. For now, let's get into the story that I've been itching to tell you. See, day one was a disaster in slow motion. First of all, we got to the airport an hour to departure, but according to Ryanair, we were late to check in, so they had to charge us extra £55 for shege reasons. £55 each, me and my husband. And to add salt to injury, they wanted to charge me extra for my luggage that we've already paid extra for. My anger scale was increasing.
Like I could have killed a lot of people.
I wanted to fight at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Fast forward, we land in Albania. It's my birthday and I had a plan. I had dreams of popping bottles and dancing to Afrobeat and amapiano all night long. All night long, oh, that is important. Keep that in mind. I had googled Joro Club because TikTok said it's the place to be. And I saw this girl vibing and dancing hard to amapiano in that club. So I thought that is the one. I even checked their Instagram. Oh, they were playing Oya Shake Body. So I'm coming to shake my body. So there I am in my birthday dress, taking pictures like the queen that I am. Thinking to myself, yes, I'm about to tear up the dance floor. Dance floor who? Dance floor where? We get there, I walk in. There was a restaurant there, so we had food first before going into the club. Was the Afrobeat in the room with us? It was at this moment that I knew that I have been catfished. It was Arabian. Hey! I still stayed for 30 minutes to vibe a bit. All my amapiano moves were stuck in my head. It came out later on our drive to Saran, but I will show you later. So it turns out the club only uses the Afrobeat playlist on special occasions. So there are clubs that play Afrobeat. You just need to check if it's an Afrobeat night or not before you go there. Also, you have to book in advance. So I guess when you are booking, just ask them before you get disappointed like I did. Our hotel for the first night was not bad. We stayed in 3 different hotels because of late booking, but I will show you the rest of the hotels later. The very first hotel wasn't bad, but the last one. Now on day 2, the plan was simple. Beach day in Saran. Tirana is cool, that is the capital, but I heard Saran had some beautiful beaches and I was ready to feel the sand between my toes. I should have packed a life raft instead of sandals because this was the day my whole trip nearly sank. So of course, some way somehow, the London weather located me in Albania. It's raining. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? I'm ready to summer. I packed my summer clothes. It's raining, right? So we have put jackets on it. I packed summer clothes too, but I still brought my jacket because if you are coming from the UK, you would have trust issues with the weather. The people in the comments will tell you. The jacket was basically my emotional support item at this point. We hopped on a 4 to 5 hour bus ride to Saran. We get there and our hotel is close to the beach. We had a beautiful beach view from the balcony. So things were looking good so far. Our itinerary had castle and beach for the day. So we asked the receptionist there if it was a good time to go to the castle. And she said no, because around this time, it's very cold on top of the mountain because the castle is on top of the mountain. And it was only 16 degrees. You see why I was wearing a jacket. When we checked, it was 12 degrees on top of the mountain. And the receptionist was saying the best time to go to the mountain is June or July. I am here in April. Do you think I have enough money to come back to Saran in June or July just to go and see the castle? I am going 12 degrees and all. We took a taxi up the mountain to the castle. It wasn't so cold as we thought it was going to be. People were sitting there waiting for the sunset. Apparently the sun sets beautifully there and they were waiting to take pictures and stuff. I couldn't wait for the sunset because I wanted to go to the beach right after and go see the sunset at the beach. The taxi that took us up the mountain left us on top of the mountain, so we had to walk back down the mountain. How many times have I said mountain? When we went up there, right, where we were going, I forgot when the receptionist said on top of a mountain. The word mountain went into one ear and came out the other ear. And I wore the wrong shoes. I was wearing flat shoes. So every step I took from up there till I got to the roadside felt like a betrayal. My ankles wanted to give up on me. We get to the beach and there is gravel instead of sand on the shore. Who thought that was a good idea? And don't even get me started on the boats. I was expecting some jet ski ride or boat ride or a cute little paddle. I found out later that you actually have to book in advance for all those activities. I thought you could just go there and say, oh, take 10 euro and let me go. We checked boat cruise and they said £65 per person. And I think the next available date was like May or something like that. And to be fair, I don't think our pockets would have stretched so far because we had already spent the money that we withdrew from the airport. I'll get to that very soon. Just sat there, watch the sunsets, walk around a bit in our shoes, no sand in between toes, and then went back to the hotel after the sunsets and had dinner. After dinner, we had spent 200 euros in 2 days between cars and food and all that. Another thing is we didn't really know how much to budget for the trip, but we knew how far our pockets could stretch. So for future reference, wear proper shoes and know that the beaches are not always beachy. Definitely don't expect any boat rides unless you book it 17 years in advance. So today the sun is out and the plan is to go to the beach and then go see the blue eye or something. Let's see what it's giving, okay? I saw the pictures online and it looked like a magical tropical beach paradise. I had dreams of dipping my toes in the crystal clear water, taking Instagram pictures and just living my best life, right? Wrong. Just wrong. We get there and guess what? Another hiking destination. And this time, I wasn't even wearing flat shoes. I was wearing sandals and I was dressed like I was going to the beach. Anyway, we eventually get to the lake or the blue eye or whatever. And there's a big sign there that says, no swimming allowed. I don't know how to swim, but my toes, my toes wasn't satisfied on this trip at all. The place was a beautiful place. We took the Instagram, the pictures were nice. The pictures were really great. At least I got that. And we attempted to do, because it's a hiking destination, right? And we saw people walking on the stairs and we attempted to do some more hiking. Yaba na yaba, right? Hey, Radu, always wearing the wrong shoe.
Or should we just go back?
I cannot scan. I'm wearing the wrong shoe. But yeah, you can hike here as well. I didn't come here to hike. I'm tired. You need to get back to Tirana. My shoes said, nope, go back to the car. The blue eye is 20 minutes from Saran, so it's not so far. And we went back to the car and finally got back to Saran. And we had to head back to Tirana. So we quickly had some lunch. I don't know what this is. God help us all. Cheers. We have to go. I will see you soon. Listen, I had booked tickets in advance. So when we got to the bus station, I showed the ticket master or whoever it was my tickets, only for him to point it out to me that I booked it for the wrong date. I booked it for yesterday. So the day has passed. So I had to buy another ticket. After paying twice for bus tickets, the bus that we got on, if you have ever wondered what it's like to be in slow motion, just take the bus from Saran to Tirana. I seriously thought I was going to age in real time on the bus back to Tirana. It's actually very nice. The way this bus is going. I can't think At this point, if you can, I will highly recommend you renting your own car if you can drive and if you have an international driver's license, because it's not just convenient, it will also save you some money and you can play your own music in the car. I had to put my earpiece in and play my own music on the trip back to Saran from the Blue Eye. Remember the Afrobeat moves that was itching me, itchy? I busted those moves in the car back to Saran. But seriously, we spent 250 pounds on transportation alone. If we had rented a car, we would have spent 180 pounds, including fuel and renting the car for 4 days. Also, when you go to Sarand and you see those massaging chairs, please do not try it, because tell me why. Hey, I have literally paid for my suffering. Remind me never to do this again.
Mad.
Something is
It's punching over those.
How many mistakes have I made now? I've lost count. But don't get me wrong, I was still having fun in the chaos. It was late when we got to Tirana, so of course we had to eat dinner. We found this Chinese restaurant online and we just went there because we wanted to eat Chinese. I've been eating things I'm not really familiar with, so I was missing rice and stew, so Chinese was the closest cuisine I could get to the rice that I'm used to. We get to the Chinese restaurant and oniadofu. I should have checked the reviews before going there. I was rather checking the reviews after we had ordered the food, and every single person was saying they had food poisoning from that restaurant. We had already ordered, they are preparing our food. Everybody is saying food poisoning. If you're going to poison me, it's fine. At least let the food be tasty. I was like, let me try the food first. Just maybe my experience might be different, because yes, people were saying they had food poisoning, but there were also some good reviews there. The food wasn't bad, it was just mid. But luckily, the next day, I didn't have food poisoning, because the next day was when we were traveling back to the UK. It would have been war on that airplane if I had Ransto. You would think I have learnt my lesson. Chaos still found me on day 4.
Is it me, Jesus?
We went to do the zipline activity. When we arrived at the zipline place, the attendant there, or the guy there, told us, oh, we can't have our things on us. It should be on the other side of the zipline. So instead of doing the sensible thing by asking, oh, if there are lockers or if there is anything we could do or anything he could suggest, we said, let's give all our belongings to the taxi driver so he meets us on the other side. We handed over our phone, wallets, passports, last will to live, all of it to a man we just met. We don't know his name. Even if we took a picture of his car, we've given the phone to him. We gave everything to him and basically said, see you on the other side. It was when he left that it dawned on us that, wait, what did we just do? If we get to the other side and he's not there, I will not even blame him.
Hi.
Luckily, when they threw us to the other side, we found him there waiting. We were lucky to find a good driver. I don't know if all the drivers in Albania are this nice and this honest. If you were in Ghana, you are dead. Forget it. It's gone. Well, not all taxi drivers are like that, but please don't be like me. Don't be too trusting. It looks like the London culture has eaten into me. I've started operating on trust now. One thing you should know is if you are a thick guy or a thick girl, they might ask you to wait if the wind is very strong. The guy there was asking one lady to wait because the wind is too strong for her weight. He was very blunt with it, but I don't know how else he could have said it. Anyway, we got to the pyramid, took some pictures, which was great. The House of Leaves was closed, so we went to the bunk'art instead. Listen, if you're a history nerd like me, this place will mess with your feelings. It's a nuclear bunker turned into a museum. And the deeper you go, the heavier it gets. I actually cried, there were tears. And then there was this room with mind-bending optical illusion. It was very insightful. But let's get back to more fun. We needed to have lunch before we left for the UK, right? Because it's our last day in Tirana. So of course, we went for Chinese again because we realized that the Chinese food is not expensive. On regular food, we were spending 20 to 15 pounds per person. But on the Chinese food, we spent the night before, we spent 18 pounds for the two of us. And then on day 4, we spent 20 pounds for the two of us. I think when you go to Albania, you might want to try more Chinese foods. And they have have different varieties. Now, the Chinese place that we went on before, the food was actually really nice. It wasn't, the reviews too was okay. It wasn't as bad as the restaurant that we went to the night before. So we got back to the UK and I would have done it all over again. Apart from all the chaos and the mistakes that we made, the trip was actually really fun and I will highly recommend that you go to Albania. Just try and avoid all these mistakes that I mentioned and you will have even more fun than I did. So final thoughts and tips. When you are going to Albania, budget £500 for one person, each person, including flights, transport, food, and hotel. But if you are going as a group, you can actually spend less per head because the taxis that you would take, some of them take £10, £12, and if you are a group, you are able to share it among yourselves, right? But if you are just one person, you are the only person that will bear the costs. Albania is affordable until you start moving mad, like I did. Also, please use lek, not euro. We found out the hard way when we were using euro and everyone was quoting their own exchange rates. Also, don't withdraw from the airport in a different currency. We did that and they charged us an extra £50. And this was day one, which added to my anger. In Tirana city center, you can actually withdraw money in a different currency, in lek or euro or whatever, with no charges whatsoever, depending on the bank you use. We used HSBC. I think Revolut too, you can also withdraw money with no extra charges in Tirana. Some places take card or cash, but most places take cash, so just carry cash or have cash available. In lek, if you are rolling with a group, go Airbnb. We paid €80 for one hotel room, and please book the hotel well in advance. If not, you will end up sleeping at different hotels like we did. When we got there the first day, the hotel that we got was fully booked the next day, so they had to refer us to another hotel. This hotel, we saw the rooms initially and we didn't like it, so we didn't book it, but we didn't have any choice when the hotel that we had booked with referred us to that hotel, because if we say no, we will sleep outside. That hotel wasn't nice, so take it from me, book it well in advance. I think everyone should know this, right? And like I said, if you can drive and have an international license, please rent a car. A full tank is €60 and it can last depending on how heavy your foot is. Don't rely on public buses unless you enjoy spiritual test of patience. Only take a bus when you are going to the next city. But if you have a car, you don't even have to rely on a bus anyways. Also, you will walk a lot, so please pack the right shoes. Don't be like me. And a lot of the places are on hills and stuff like that, so you would climb a lot, especially in Saran. Also, be ready for stairs and sometimes a full-blown photo shoot. People were looking at us and some were even taking pictures with us, because even us, we didn't see a lot of black people there, so I could understand some people have not seen black people before, so they will stare. Also, they like smoking in that country. Everybody was smoking, even in restaurants that we are there to eat, so someone was sitting next to you smoking. Now, if you're going to Albania, I'll highly recommend you spend 4 full days in there. That is long enough for you to explore the country. Make some mistakes, which is optional. Maybe you'll come back with stories like this one. Also, if you want the actual beach vibe, you can go to Durres, which is 20 minutes drive from Tirana. Samil, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. That one is 30 minutes from Saran and 5 hours from Tirana. Also, don't stay in one city. Plan it in such a way that you go to another city and come back. In my itinerary, you see how I planned it. You can also go to Himara for the jet ski and the boat ride and the cruise vibe. Apparently, the boat cruise there takes you a bit closer to Greece in Himara. So plan accordingly. I have left an itinerary in the description box that might help you with your planning. If you found this video helpful or maybe entertaining, please don't forget to like and leave a comment for more people to see this video and laugh at my pain, or maybe avoid the mistakes that I made in Albania. I will see you in my other videos, and all the best in your adventures. Bye.
We need to be like on yachts every day, sipping mimosas.